Hi, I'm Peter Friend. I once visited an Australian country town, and there was an old museum where there was one exhibit that to me just came to life. Ghosts of the Gulgong Town Band. In the Pioneers Museum on a sleepy afternoon, when the visitors were few and far between, when the lonely rooms were silent and the air seemed in a swoon, and the volunteers were nowhere to be seen, then I trod the creaking floorboards down the corridors of dust, through the galleries and memories of the past, through the chambers filled with treasures, through the mustiness and rust, till I came upon a sight that held me fast. In a room preserved and polished, set behind a wall of glass, stood the relics of a music hall and band. There were violins and zithers and old instruments of brass, and a battered trombone hanging on a stand, and a big bass drum now silent, sitting idly on the floor, and a couple of pianos round the wall, and accordions and organs and a blackwood flute and more, all in storage for their final curtain call. Well, it sort of got me thinking of the noise they must have made, and the marches that they'd marched in years long gone. And the more I looked, the more it seemed I heard the tunes they played, and saw the ghostly players playing on. The trombone from its stand was lifted to a bandsman's lips. The trumpets and euphoniums were raised. The big bass drum was hoisted by a phantom to its hips, and I alone was there to be amazed. In a moment all the room was filled with spectres great and small, the whole brass band assembled as of old, and joined by all the soloists who'd graced the music hall, or played in church or pub for love or gold. They broke into a Sousa march, the tuba ooped and parred, the trumpets, flutes and fiddles added trills. The organ improvised a fugue, though Sousa's pretty hard, and a banjo plucked some spirited quadrilles. I tried to move, but now the phantoms had me in their glare. I'd been their only audience in years, and on they play, for hours it seemed, though only I was there, until I'd laughed and cried with shouts and cheers. And then, at last, they bowed and placed their instruments back down, and waved at me as they began to fade. And I was left alone once more in sleepy Gulgong town, my foot still tapping after the parade.